Yo everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins. When last left off, we'd finally found Suzuha's father, being Dao, and sent her back on a one-way trip to 1975, so that she would be able to acquire a IBM 5100. So let's jump right into it then. Unfortunately, we don't have much time to mourn her departure. In about an hour and a half, Mocha's group will attack the lab. Before that happens, we need to acquire the IBM 5100 that Suzuha went to 1975 to obtain. The time machine's sudden disappearance has thrown the area into chaos, which makes it easier to slip out unnoticed. See you in 35 years, Suzuha said. 54-year-old Suzuha should be in Akiba. Before she left, we described that the time machine's disappearance would be her cue to bring the IBM 5100 to the lab. Yep. But when we return to the lab, there is no 54-year-old woman waiting for us. Seems Suzuha hasn't come yet. Whew. No more running. Increase the gas for air while Mary calmly munches on a banana. As I check the lab for any signs of Suzuha, a line of red numbers catches my eye. The meter reads 0.337187. Divergent hasn't changed. Reading standard didn't activate this time, so suspected that might be the case. Let's think this through. I thought that divergence would change the instant Suzuha obtained an IBM 5100 in 1975, but maybe there's something else that needs to happen. Will it change the instant Suzuha hands me the IBM 5100? Or will it change when we use the IBM 5100 to delete my email from Seren's database? At any rate, all we can do now is wait for Suzuha to arrive. Suzuha's 54 by now, right? After catching his breath, Dao speaks. My daughter's 30 years older than me. I don't know if I want to see that. Feels weird, man. You know, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have grandchildren by this age. You mean I could have great grandkids? I don't think I'm really ready for that, man. That would be a huge mindfuck. Not only do you have a daughter, but you suddenly have great grandkids as well. Just be super nice to them. That's what grandpas do. Please don't call me grandpa. Great grandpa. A knock on the door interrupts their idle chatter. It must be Suzuha. Everyone looks at me with a strange mixture of anticipation and anxiety. I slowly open the door. Oh, Okabe. Hey. Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. Our disappointment is palpable. Oh, it's you. Hey, have you seen my part-timer? Mr. Brown peeks into the lab. If you're looking for Suzuha, she went back 35 years... Shut up, Mayuri. Mayuri covers Kusu covers Mayuri's mouth. You know something. Where'd that girl run off to? She took the last couple of days off, and I don't know when she's coming next. She won't even answer her phone. We don't have time for this. But we can't just order him to leave, not unless I want another cracked skull. She said she went back to her hometown. She'll probably gone for good. What? You sure? Now, brat, she didn't say a word to me. The future is changing. Isn't this proof? On my previous sleeps, Mr. Brown never came by the lab. This must be related to Suzuha's trip to 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again. Mr. Brown sighs, then turns to me with a serious expression. Well, whatever. I've got something for you, Okabe. For me? He hands me an envelope. It's addressed to Okabe. But there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hadashi Suzu is written on the back. What is this? It's from the lady who used to own this building. She asked me to give it to you on this day. Huh? Who? How do you know Suzu-san anyways? Suzu-san? Suzu-san. Of course! The name on the back reads Hashida Suzu-san. Hashida is Daru's surname. Where is she now? Huh? She passed away 10 years ago. Oh. Passed away? She's dead? A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my feet. How old was she? Mid-40s, I think? The age fits. Thank you for taking care of this letter, Mr. Bond. Is it from Suzu-san? Seriously, why did he have it? Mr. Bond clearly doesn't understand our reaction, and we're not about to explain. I thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy. It's as if the hand was shaking as she wrote it. Yeah, she wrote it. Our eyes transfixed began to read. Dear Okabe Minato. Intaro. It's me, Anime Suzuha. Hashida Taita's daughter. Hashida Taita's daughter. It's been a long time. Though for you, I'm sure it's only a few hours have passed. The date is June 13th, the year 2000. Meaning I'm writing this 10 years before you will read it. I'll get right to the point. I failed. 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 I think she failed. The date is June 14th. So, midday later. The year 2000. About 9 or 10 years back before you will read this. I failed. I only remember who I was 1 year ago today. The day Nostradamus said the King of Terror would come. Stupid King of Terror should have come and burned us all away. For 24 years, I forgot who I was. All I could remember was my name. I finally remembered 1 year ago. The day the King of Terror was supposed to come but didn't. There's no King of Terror, but I want to die. The repairs were incomplete. The time machine malfunctioned. When I arrived in 1975, I couldn't remember anything. They found me lying in the street like a broken doll and took me to a hospital. Now I've been living on my own for years, but that's as Hashida Suzu, a normal person who forgot the duty and mission of Anime Suzuha. I only remembered last year. I failed. I'm a failure. Something went wrong. I don't know what. The repairs were incomplete. It's not Dad's fault. It's mine. I should have gone straight to 1975. I shouldn't have stopped in 2010. But I was selfish and now the future is doomed. There's no IBN 5100. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what purpose have I lived to this age? I forgot my duty and lived a carefree life instead. Now my life has no meaning at all. I'm worthless, worthless, worthless. I wish I hadn't remembered. I'm glad I finally remembered. I'm glad I had the chance to say sorry. Forgive me. My plan failed. I spent this whole year asking myself why. Finally figured it out. If I hadn't postponed my leap to 1975, this wouldn't have happened. Okabe Rinto. After the offline meet, he stopped me from going to 1975. I was really happy, but that's where it all went wrong. I should have left. I shouldn't have waited. That was my last chance. That night there was a thunderstorm, my time machine was flooded. If you can go back to that day, please let me leave. Then I could bring you the IBN 5100. I can fulfill my mission. Please, that's all I want. I promised Dad. This was his dream. I want to change the future. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My life was meaningless. My hands curl, crumbling the page. I realize that I'm crying. Suzuha failed. She lost her memory? Her life was meaningless? This can't be happening. No one says a word. Their faces, like mine, are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Dao. He's whiter than a sheet. Dao, didn't you fix the time machine? I did. I thought I did. But I mean, that's the first time repairing a time machine. I might have missed something. Something. Whatever you missed cost your daughter 24 years of her life. You didn't do it on purpose. Calm down, both of you. Hashida did everything he could. He doesn't deserve your anger, Okabe. How could you be so calm? That's how I am. Sorry. Now calm down. It's not Dao's fault. I know that. But it can't end like this. It can't. What was Suzuha's feeling as she wrote this letter? I look again at the words scrawled upon this page, every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome him back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha is dead. 10 years gone. Wait, how did she die? Don't tell me. Mr. Bond must know what happened. I went to the window and checked the street. Mr. Bond is outside closing up shop. Mr. Bond! I run downstairs. Did you hear that? The saw lit up and disappeared. Everyone's talking about it. I guess it's already made the news. Please, I need to know. Know what? Hashida Suzu-san. How did she die? Why do you want to know that? He looks at me hard. I met his stare unflinching. I don't know anything about how she died. I need to know what her last moments were like. I feel that it's my duty to know. To engrave her memory into my heart. Sounds like you've got a reason. What I want to know is how you knew her. She was an old acquaintance. That's all I can say. A very old acquaintance, but I still remember the time I spent with her. So please, tell me. I don't like to talk about it, but alright, listen good, Okabe. I slowly nod, and then I get my answer. It was suicide. The words drop on my heart like an anvil. My knees give out and I collapse to the pavement. Suicide. She hung herself at home. I was the one who found her. My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in the letter. Words of unimaginable despair. She didn't deserve so bleak an end. She became unstable about a year before it happened. Before that, she was nice, cheerful lady. This building was hers. She gave me a place to stay. She had no relatives, you know. Almost no one came to her funeral. It was a sad thing to see. She handed me a letter a week before it happened. Told me he gave it to a young man named Okabe Minato on this exact date. When he moved upstairs, I thought Suzuha-san must have seen the future or something. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I tried to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder. Oh, Queen, are you okay? Mayuri. Must be taking all her strength to hold me up. Did Mayuri hear how Suzuha died? Her eyes were wet, her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bowed deeply to Mr. Brown, and then returned to the lab. When we get back, Dao is sitting at computer, head on the table. Chris is staring in the front of the TV, watching an excitement reporter talk about Radik-chan. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergence meter still reads the same. It hasn't changed since before Suzuha left. What went wrong? I can't go back 10 years with the time loop machine. I can't do anything about Suzuha's death. I should have stopped her. Should I have stopped leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No. What choice did I have? I can't save Mayuri without the IBN 5100. Suzuha had to travel to 1975. I consider my options. What if I redo the last 2 days again? Could Dao fix the time machine so it doesn't happen? Is fixing the time machine even possible? Dao's skills are second to none, and the time machine was built by his own hand, 26 years in the future. Seems logical that he would be able to fix it, but look at it another way. It took Dao 26 years to learn enough to build the time machine, and he had to reverse engineer Serins to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our Dao to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days. In that case, can I have Dao use the time leap machine and repeat the 2 days until he repairs it? No. He'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse to the sofa and bury my face into my hands. Mayuri sits next to me and gently rubs my back. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzuha wrote. If you go back to that day, please let me leave. The D-mail I sent. Could that be the cause? On the original world line, Suzuha left to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with the outcome, I sent a D-mail to convince myself to follow Suzuha and prevent her from leaving. As a result, she remained in 2010 for additional 4 days. But that night, the machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzuha that day, if I hadn't sent that D-mail to myself, the time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The situation is obvious. I need to cancel that D-mail. But can I really do that? If I change the past so that Suzuha leaves, wouldn't that undo the 4 days we spent together? Our frantic search through the streets of Akiba? Her heartfelt confession on the top of Radican? Her tearful reunion with her father, Daru? All of it will be undone. What do I do? Yo. I guess it's too late to do something about it now. I wonder if I could have done something about it then. An urgent bulletin pops up on the TV. I look up in surprise. Bomb threat suspends the lines. Damn, Mocha's men will be here in any minute. There's no time to think, no time to hesitate. I run downstairs, break into the Bond Tube workshop and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then I return to the lab and activate the time loop machine. What are you doing, Okabe? Quizu demands answers. I can see fear in her eyes. We can't just leave it like this. I have to do something. But, Okabe, Okuin, are you sure? Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. I can't let this stand. There are two options. I cancel that email that convinced me to pursue Suzuha, sending a contradictory email should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving. Two options, but really just one. Once again, do I... Don't hesitate, Okabe. Hesitation is unforgivable. Oh, there we go. 2 phone wave. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is 7 trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go. Quizu, you good at remembering dates, aren't you? Huh? Well, sure. When did we throw the party for Suzuha? 4 days ago, August 9th. I sent in an email, Okuin. Won't that make everything disappear? 4 days. May not sound like much, but in that time you forged a definite bond with Suzuha. Send this email is to sever that bond. I know that, but this is the only choice I have. I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This email should arrive a few hours after the first. Now I just need to send it. Save Maru. That is my purpose. That's what drove me to leap through time. Do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the email. Push the button. Ah, here we go. Who? No, cancel. I feel like it might be important to save. Oh, wait! No. Isn't that what Suzuha wants? We'll be saving her from 25 years of loneliness, from ending her life in utter despair. Save Suzuha, save Mayuri. I start up the microwave. The discharge begins immediately. I place my thumb on the send button. Are you sure? Mayuri's voice is choked with tears. Our memories with Suzanne will disappear. Is that really okay? Memories flash through my head. Being with you guys, even for a little while, was great. I'm going to finish what you started, Dad. I promise. Well, see you in 35 years. Although I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Change the future, please. Suzuha, I made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save Mayuri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on that rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted to me your hope of the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, then the time we spent together could never have happened. Well, the number changed and got larger. Made it to chapter 7. The world shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contract like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. I know which one, like, this is the choice to continue, but kind of interested quickly. Reload this save. Push the button. Isn't that what Suzuha wants? Save Suzuha, save Mayuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right. Is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? Is it just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try time leaping first? Maybe there's another way. What should I do? What's the right choice? Stop. You're starting to doubt. Never doubt. You should know. I don't know the answer. But I need to reach the conclusion, or else I... I can't. I can't do it. I can't send this email. Acting on impulse, I don the headgear and punch in 48 hours time leap. Do you have a plan? I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of my blood fills my mouth, I press the button. The world twists. My legs shake. I cover my eyes and wait for senses to return to normal. 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. I stare vacantly at Chris, who's standing in front of me. At first, I can't hear over the buzzing in my ears, but little by little her voice becomes clear. See, you're shaking. You've only been at it for 2 days and you're already exhausted. Chrissy thrusts her fingers at me like an angry school teacher. We still have plenty of time to find the pin. You don't have to be in such a hurry. If you collapse, then what? I won't be able to worry about you, but Mayuri sure will. Take care of yourself. Got it? The time leap worked. Yeah, got it. I nod to Krisu, then collapse onto the sofa. I couldn't sacrifice either of them. In a sense, I'm running away. But there was no other choice. No other way to save Suzuha and Mayuri both. In 2 days, Mayuri will die, and Suzuha will be lost to the past. If those 2 days are all we have left, then all I could do is repeat them. Forever. Will these 2 days be the rest of my life? Daru? The wind caresses my cheeks. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Haumi Bridge. This spokes resolve rhythmically reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oodles out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child. The weather's so nice. Whew. Why did I have to come along? Same here. The wind's too strong. You're a little chubby, Daru-kun. I think you need to exercise more. Fat net beard master race. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on a trusty mountain bike. What a view! From here you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Akiba and the jumbled sprawl at central Tokyo are 2 hours ride behind us. Here on the artificial island, there are only skyscrapers and vacant lots, one extreme or the other. One time, I took a bus back to Akiba from Komima, so I already knew how close it was, but I never thought I'd come here by bike. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rental cycles. I wanted to change of pace from searching for the unfindable pin, so I proposed this cycling expedition. Of course, I already knew who the pin belongs to, and who Suzuha's father is. But I have chose not to tell them, anyone. If at all possible, I want to spend these 2 days in peace, and delay Suzuha's time travel. That's my goal now. I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while. I'd rather be working on the time leap machine. Don't you need that to leap back? This just proves that I belong indoors. You two are all worn out. Come on guys, stamina is the key to survival. Krisu and Daru are exhausted while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Aike, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. Oh, water! There's a vending machine. I would kill for a glass of water. Sorry, but there's no convenience stores until we cross another bridge. After this one. Tough it out. You're serious? I can't. It's impossible. Oh. Okay, wait, you already know this area. Have you been here before? Yeah, many times. How long have I been living in this closed loop of time? So again, hard to keep track of days, so instead of thinking 2 day cycles... wait. So to keep track to hard... It's already hard to keep track of these days, so instead I think of in 2 days cycles. This should be the 4th cycle. This time only I know that Mayu is fated to die. By keeping that a secret, I allowed to spend these days like normal kids in our age would. The cycling expedition is part of that. Suza and Mayu enjoy the ride while I make sure we do each time I repeat the loop. Our conversation distraction is our current destination is Tokyo Big Sight, the massive convention center in Akira. In a few days of home Komima, the world's largest doujin market event. Big Sight straight ahead. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get there. Let's take a break first. Dao's used the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I turn to pull up next to Dao's bike. That's not safe, come on. Let me rest. I said it's not safe. Simon pulled Dao up by the arm. Okay. Dao stands up. A second later, a huge truck speeds past. The gust of wind left in its wake nearly blows us over. The bridge sways beneath our feet. That was close. Probably wouldn't have hit him anyways, but still. Best to be careful. You saved me, Ocarine. You know, it's almost like Ocarine saw the future. You got a D-mail, didn't you? Mayu's innocent smile. Chris's cynical grin. To them, it's a joke, but they're not mistaken. The only thing they got wrong is that I hadn't sent a D-mail. I time-leaped. Suza's eyes met mine. She was laughing just a moment ago, but now she looks confused, uncertain. I averted my eyes. Holy Land, I have returned. Dao, his vigor restored, faces Big Sight with his arms spread open. Wow, I've never seen it this empty. Look at all this space. It's hard to believe this is filled. It's hard to believe they fill this whole area doing Komima. In the end, in the emptiness, it's easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Komima, when you're wandering through a sea of people, it's just another big building. Hey, Mayushi's hungry. Isn't there a restaurant nearby? Let's take a break. I can't believe we have to bike all the way back. What a nightmare. The three of them go searching for a family restaurant. Family or familiar? Family. Suza is still gazing at Big Sight. What's wrong, Suza? That's the question. I already know how she'll answer. She's anxious to see Big Sight in real life. I'm excited to see Big Sight in real life. Suza's eyes are shining. It's gone by 2036, you know. They created to make way for bigger, better convention centers. Tokyo's full of them in my time. They even moved the dome out there. Suza points to the middle of Tokyo Bay. Hayashi Ita called it the Holy Land. Is this how you see it in this time? So this is where they have Komima. I heard of it. Hundreds of thousands of people come, right? Mom said that's where she met my dad. Huh. Ah, so your mother was a Fujoshi? I've always wanted to see this place. Thank you, Okabe Rito. I feel closer to my dad now. A sharp pain stabs through my heart. I know who Suzaha's father is. He's right over there. but I won't tell her. Not until afternoon on the 13th, when the time leap machine is complete. For now, I just want to prolong these 2 days of peace. Ocarine, Susan-san. Come on, come on. What's this? Come on, I'm starving. Susan grabs my arm and takes off running. Somehow, I managed to force a smile. Today was fun. Tomorrow will be fun. Every day will be fun. Forever.